See, I told you all this season, the reality television show portion is through the roof. And I am so here for
it. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms.
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for RuPaul's Drag Race. This is All Stars Season 5, Episode 5. So listen, the reality television portion, all the drama, through the roof. The competition, fabulous. We went right into this right here. The first thing that happened, we found out that Mayhem actually voted for herself. See, Chez actually said it. Chez was like, you know, my mama would be ready to whoop her ass. And I understand it. It's crazy. People trying to get on these shows and people are just like giving up. How do you, I mean, you get in here and you fight tooth and nail, even if it ain't your teeth and your nails, tooth and nail, all the way till they just literally drag you out of the door. You don't give up and throw in the towel. That's crazy to me. And I mean, listen, I've been auditioning multiple times trying to get, I've auditioned for RuPaul's Drag Race 4 times. And there are people who have done it more than that. You know, constant auditions and stuff, people are trying to get in. Even with All Stars, you know, you don't audition, but those girls are all really waiting and praying on those calls to get on there, and you just throw it away? That's crazy to me. There's no way. There's no way. Listen, I'm telling you, I ever get in, it's going to be tooth and nail to the end, baby. I'm going to be clawing and scratching and cussing bitches out, and I'm going to give you what you want, honey. Or as much of what you want that I can give you. I ain't going to just throw in my lipstick and be like, okay, girl, send me home. No, no, ma'am. So, that was the first thing we saw. I said, foolishness. Then we found out what we're doing, honey. Snatch Game, honey. I said, oh, here we go. So, you know, we go directly into the Maxi Challenge, and the girls are getting ready, honey, for their Snatch Game. Ru goes to do his walkthrough. Right away, we see, we're like, oh, Blair, girl, I don't know about that. Because, you know, Blair is very laid back and very dry. She's already dry. She's a beautiful queen, but she's dry. You know, she's not like a funny queen. She just has a little dry thing about her. She's real pretty and different things like that. She's about she's going to do Ellen DeGeneres. Now, truth is, there's a lot of people who look like Ellen. There's a lot of people who look like Ellen, but the only person that can really do Ellen is Ellen. She just has one of those personalities. The only person who can do Ellen is Ellen. Now, I'm going to tell you, see, and I probably shouldn't do this and say this, but it don't matter because I could never do, this is a character that I would never be able to do. But if you did, see, and it would be taking a chance. If you would come through there and do Justin Bieber as Ellen, then you get some laughs. That would be a whole kiki. Justin Bieber as Ellen would be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Because God knows them two are Wonder Twins. Ellen DeGeneres and goddamn Justin Bieber look like twins, y'all. But if you were to do Justin Bieber as a contestant doing Ellen, honey. It'd be a ball of confusion and a bunch of bullshit, honey. It would be hilarious. And then, they're opening up more to people doing male characters anyway. So I just think that would be a gender fuck and it would just be hilarious. So anybody who uses it, bitch, I want my check. Anyway, I couldn't do it. A little too dark, honey. Anyway, so let's go through these girls. Rue was already like kind of side-eyeing her like, girl, you're going to have to make me laugh. I don't know how you're going to do that, but we'll see. So it's not just Snatch Game, it's Snatch Game of Love. So I do like the twist on it because, regular Snatch Game can get kind of boring because we do it anyway for the other, for regular RuPaul Drag Race. Listen, Juju did Eartha Kitt. I'm just going to tell y'all now, they broke the girls down and they did them in segments. Because like the love connection is segments, so there's like three girls at a time. Juju wore me out. Juju was the best old Eartha Kitt. I said, oh, she was just growling and she had her down and looked dead on Eartha. Dead on Eartha. And Juju did not miss one beat. Every opportunity that there was to catch a joke, to throw a dig, to read, to drag a bitch, that's Juju. Baby, she was, when I say she was dragging them. Dragging them, you hear me? And just reading and coming up with little witty things to say. Child, when they asked her, well, where were you, how would you keep me warm at night, Juju? Not Juju, but Eartha. Well, I didn't know it was Eartha, but whatever. They said, how would you, contestant number 2. They asked her, honey, she gonna say, oh, I take a sultry walk on over to the thermostat. I said, it was just, she was dead on. Dead on. She showed up, showed out. I loved it. Anyway, I'm running ahead of myself. Shea Coulee did Flavor Flav. And of course, it's a chance. But when I tell you Shea tore Flavor down, she tore Flavor Flav down. Yeah, boy. She was dead on. Dead on. Flavor Flav's drag queen anyway. He all overdone, overdressed, oversexed, and over-exaggerated. Drag queen. And it was everything. Shea wore Flavor Flav out. Alexis Mateo did Walter Mercado. Now, I didn't know Walter Mercado. Naturally, he's a Latino person. She referred to him as the Latino Liberace. I said, oh, bitch, this is going to be funny. I know he's going to be loud and dressed ridiculous, honey. And she did. She came in there, and first, I looked at her. She was looking like Carlos from Twilight, honey. I said, oh, it was just ghastly, honey. I said, oh, that wig. So that was, her look was hilarious from the door. I said, anything she says is going to be funny because he looks ridiculous. I shouldn't say that because I don't know what the man is in real life. His ass is ridiculous, child. And he's an astrologer. She was really good. She was really good. And in her group, you talk about reading, she was reading them down. She was letting them have it. Everybody. She was letting the contestants have it. She was letting the love interest have, letting them have it. I said, okay, Alexis. It was everything. And listen, and in her group, she had India, and India did Jeffree Star. Now, everybody was worried about that anyway. And again, he's a character, so I don't know how, girl, but India is a very serious queen. She could pull a look. Baby, she was dead on Jeffree's look. Again, speaking of ghastly, honey, I said, ooh, honey, she was giving all that, ooh, Jeffree Star. Of course, let me shut up before she come after me, honey, and cuss my ass out. But whatever, Miss Star, honey. Fierce old makeup artist ghastly looking bitch, honey. But girl, she was dead on it. That makeup was on point. But girl, boring, honey. Boring. Just like Ruth thought. I said, not good, honey. You look good, but it's just tired and stiff. Child. Cracker did Lady Gaga. You need your ass whooped. Gaga's that bitch, honey. And I just was like, I'm glad she ain't on the show because she'd probably smacked you, honey. She looked good, but it was just dry. It was just dry. I was like, and her wig was fucked up. There was something going on in the back of that wig, honey. Gaga's wig wouldn't have been fucked up, honey. And she did like the whole Gaga in a gown. I said, so what's getting ready to go on, honey? Is she getting ready to sing in the shallow, la 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 la, honey? What is she getting ready to do? I didn't understand it. It was dry and it was boring. And guess what? It was fine because, listen, Alexis sat there and read her ass for filth, honey. She drug her. So it didn't even matter, honey. Drug her. Oh, and wait, this was the funniest part with Alexis. A nasty bitch. She said, they said, I want contestant number 3 to turn around and softly blow your breath into contestant number 2's face. So, child Jeffree Star, India, turns around and gives, and Alexis said, what did you smell? You know, what was the experience? She said, it smells like, what did she say? She said it smelled like confusion and regrets. I said, oh. I said, oh my God. It was just terrible. It was terrible. She read her down at it. I said, my regrets at it. Confusion at it. I said, oh, that's terrible. It was awful. And he was just insulting the hell out of him. Anyway, so the first half they actually had Tommy Dorfman was the love interest. Then in the second half was Jeffrey Boyer Chapman with his fine ass. He is so fine, child. And then they had this whole little thing going with him and Rue. Like they had this little love thing going on behind the scenes. Child, they was getting ready to kiss at one point. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I said, oh my gosh. And Juju and Chez were playing off each other and reading back and forth. And they started flirting. And that shit was funny. Can you imagine Flavor Flav flirting with Eartha Kitt? Child, when Chez looked over there and told Juju, I like you. We should go out and bang in the parking lot. I said, oh no. Not go bang the legend in the parking lot, honey. Listen, giving honey Marcus. I'm not wearing any panties. It was something else. This was one of the best Snatch Games. It was so good. It was so good. I was like, oh my God. And again, Chez didn't miss any opportunities at all. At all. Then we come out for the runway. Baby, let me tell you something. Now, y'all know when sometimes Rue just don't get it. And then sometimes Rue gets it. Rue came out in this ball gown. And it was, well, you know, this weekend was the 4th of July. Baby, it was red, white, and blue. And it wasn't serious. It wasn't all serious. You know, a ball gown could get too serious. And you'd be like, girl, that's beautiful. Girl, I'm bored. No. It was very whimsical. It was very Rue. And it was red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue Rue, honey. And it was perfect for 4th of July airing weekend. And it was huge, which always looks fantastic. That's one thing that I absolutely love. Like, I love strapless because I can get away with strapless. So, and all drag queens can't. All of us can't get away with strapless, honey. And I'm a big girl. But, see, do you see those? You see how they're rounded on the end? I can get away with strapless. Anyway, Rue had, you know, her signature, her little halter thing going on. But baby, see, ball gowns, I'm too short. I'm only 5'9", and I'm a big girl. So, child, I love a ball gown on a tall girl, and especially when it's really, really huge. That thing was so freaking beautiful, and it just literally took up the stage, and it was in layers. And it wasn't like little smaller. It was like three big ruffled layers, and you had to look really close to actually see that they were layered. And you could see it when she started moving, you could see the movement. Before that, you could just see the fabric kind of laying perfectly on itself. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, and it wasn't serious. It was fun. It was like a fun ball gown that was just, it was, listen, when Michelle Visage looked up, it was like, take your time, bitch. Take your time. I was over there like, I know that's right, Michelle. I loved it. I loved it. Y'all know I be tearing Rue up about her little outfits. Sometimes them outfits be just off. But that ball gown was everything to me. I loved it. Anyway, so the runway was Prom Queen Fantasy. Child, they had some really interesting little looks, honey. Blair Sinclair came out in this whole gender bend thing. It was fabulous. It was a tuxedo, basically a tuxedo gown. And she had the little top hat. And then when she took the hat off, there was a little crown. It was very cute. It was a gender fuck. And it was cute, cute, cute. I liked it. And the gown itself was bad, honey. It was bad, bad, bad. Very, Billy Porter, if you will, but done in red satin. Gorgeous. It was fabulous. Cracker came out in like this gown that was just old tired old gown with some old, you know, it looked very promy, and she had acne all over her face and her chest, and had this old timey hairdo. It worked. It was funny. It was cute. That was real cute. So I like that. Cracker. Alexis, baby, gave you Latino prom, honey. Quisiera. But it was, I said, girl, all this volume and one whole leg out. Just enough tackiness just to bring it on through. It was one whole leg out. It was a cute gown. Something that you would see on a young Latin girl. Very cute. And beautiful color, honey. It was royal blue. I said, check her out, honey. It was very given teen, you know, the teen trying to be grown is what it was. Very cute. Juju did the whole 80s things, baby, with the crimped hair and all that, and then it was short and tacky looking, like she was going to sneak and drink beer and suck dick. That's all at the prom. Real cute. That looked cute on Juju. I was like, oh, you know, nasty. Nasty prom girl, honey. Beer and cock, honey. That's what you was going to give it. I said, we see you, bitch. We got our good eye on you, ma'am. Right after the pictures, honey. Right after the pictures, honey. Anyway, then Chez came out. Now, Chez was, I didn't get it for the prom thing. Then she kind of went, they gave her the chance to explain. But it wasn't giving me prom. It was giving me always a bridesmaid, never a bride, honey. Because the whole thing was like a throwback to, it had the roses and the rose petals and all this. It was built up real high, like a dunce cap. I understood the message, but the message didn't go with prom. The message went with always a bridesmaid, never a bride. She gave the explanation. It was all a throw off of what happened with her at the season finale on her season, where she thought she was doing so good and literally everything just went down the toilet when old girl pulled that wig, honey, and gave, I get so emotional, baby. And the petals started to fall and all her dreams. We watched it in real time. And Sasha Velour did crack Shay's face during that finale. That was like epic. And I don't know why. Well, yes, I know why. Because like she said, her dreams were shattered. But, baby, sometimes it's just like that. It wasn't anything that you did wrong. You just couldn't get around it. It was that bitch's night. And sometimes you'll see that, especially in pageants. Sometimes it don't matter what you have prepared, what you've done, what you've spent. Sometimes it's just a bitch's night. And the whole universe lines up. And, baby, that bitch comes through and slays. And it don't matter what you had prepared. And that was one of those nights. It was Sasha Velour's night. And that was all it was to. There was nothing you could do, sweetheart. But she said, throughout that whole time, afterwards, she always felt as though she was the butt of a joke, like a running joke. And I'm like, well, people can be mean, but she did crack your face, sis. But I mean, she wore you out. But it was not no big deal. It wasn't because you weren't good. It wasn't because you weren't prepared. She just was, it was her night. That's all. This is my night. I'm gonna do it just right. I'm gonna make this magic shine. That's what it was given. Wasn't nothing you could do about it. So, Rue and them gave her flowers and told her, basically what I just said, honey, and told her, girl, you are a star. I don't know why you even worried about that shit. But they loved what she gave. But again, I didn't think it fit for prom. Like I said, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. That's what it fit. Anyway, so, they went through and Chez ended up winning overall, which was, it was cool. Yeah, because she wore the Snatch Game out. She did, but I'm telling you, when we did the prom, the runway, she wore Snatch Game out, but I would have given the whole thing to Juju because Juju got the prom thing right and she wore Snatch Game out. But Chez was, it was like this. With the Snatch Game, I just didn't think that Chez, I didn't get her prom thing. But okay, whatever. Rue picked it, not me. Anyway, so after that, Rue sprung some mess on the girls and told them, listen, going forward, there are no more safe queens. All you bitches are in the bottom. I said, oh. And they went back there, baby, and things been going on anyway. And, India said, are you going to be talking to all of us individually? She was like, no, I'm not. I don't think I have a reason to. I already kind of have my mind made up on what I'm going to do. I said, oh. I said, girl, sounds like this is getting ready to be your time, Miss Alexis. Honey, she's going to get you. Honey, and then India said, well, is it possible that I can speak to you? She says, sure, Mama, that's no problem. Baby, they went to the side. Baby, Miss India kicked up the goddamn reality TV shit on us. I said, wait a minute. And the girls was in there like, hold on. What just happened here? Baby, she went over there and India dropped on Chez. Listen, remember back a couple weeks back, honey, when old Mariah was getting sent home and all that stuff, honey? Mayhem and Alexis were plotting to send you home, honey, and they came to me and they wanted me to pick your lipstick, girl. She said, and I whatever happens, but I didn't want to be carrying that weight on me no more. Now, I'm going to tell you, when this was all going on, Miss India, her prom gown was like a whole goth thing, and that works. It would fit her thing. But her makeup, India's makeup was so goddamn flawless. Her eye was smoky to the point where it looked like it was airbrushed. Like the blend and everything, it was perfect. Like somebody drew it in a book. That makeup, that bitch, and a makeup brush ain't nothing nice. She got a nasty makeup stroke, honey. I was like, oh, girl, if I could paint like that, honey, I was like, oh, I wouldn't even never want to wash my face. I mean, that her eye, I clicked it and zoomed in. I mean, everything, it was blended to complete perfection. Like it was airbrushed. I said, ugh, bitch. Ugh, child, it made me feel a kind of way. I loved it, honey. I said, go ahead. And then she had black, like, tears. I said, ow. It was, girl, that bitch's makeup was flawless. Anyway, but I said, okay, so this is going to be a mess right here, honey. They trying to figure out, honey. And then Chez was like, well, I don't really like drama like this. I don't like that he say, she say stuff. So I'm going to bring it on to the group, honey. She took on back over to the couch, honey, and said, listen, this is what she just told me. I said, oh. So boom, there it is, out in the, honey, and then the two of them start going back and forth, honey, because they were friends, Alexis and India, giving, girl, you're lying. No, I ain't lying on you, bitch. You lying. I said, oh. Now y'all know I don't even usually stick around all the time for the little extra show, the Untucked. But I was like, I'm gonna watch this, honey, because I said, y'all, what is going on? But honey, everybody was like, girl, I need to know. Somebody lying, honey. So it had got very, very interesting. Then we get out, and as if it couldn't get any worse, honey. Who was the lip sync assassin, honey? Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie. I said, oh, God, here we go, honey. So Vanjie come out, child, and then they give them Open Your Heart, Madonna. I said, oh, Lord. I said, y'all know Michelle gonna be in it like this, honey. Picking y'all apart. Honey, listen. They start up. Vanjie started doing the Vanjie. You know, she's undressing and taking stuff off and dancing real wild and doing her little thing. And I was like, okay, that's cute. Chez played it perfect. If you remember the song Open Your Heart, open your heart to me, baby. That song is not about jumping around and bouncing around, even though we know Madonna does do some bouncing and some jumping. But her early song, those songs told a story. They did. They told a story. Like one of the fiercest Madonna songs ever was Papa Don't Preach. Papa Don't Preach, the lyric, the feel, and the music to Papa Don't Preach, forever. The song, classic. It told a whole story. And the video that whore put together, see, that's back in the days when videos told a story, but the song was so fierce that they didn't really have to do that much, but she had a fierce ass video. To this day, that video, anytime I see it, if I run across it on YouTube or something, I stop and I still watch it because it was done so well. And the song is so fierce. But Open Your Heart is very much telling a story. And that's what Chez leaned on. Chez went old drag. See, that's old drag. Old drag, real drag, is about telling a story and creating a moment. That's what drag's about. I say that all the time. That's my aesthetic of drag. That's my zhuzh. Telling a story, creating a moment, and that's what Chez did. She leaned into the song and she captured the full essence of the song. She did a couple little dance moves, but more so, she told a story and lip synced her ass off and told a story. You can tell a story with a lip sync performance, and it don't always have to be a ballad. That's what drag's about. Creating a moment, and that's what she did. And she spanked the shit out of my Vanjie, honey. I said, girl, she got you, Vanjie. She got you. And baby Chez got the costumes and shit for you, honey. I said, this is what I'm living for, too. How the girls, you know how girls get stuck doing their lip sync for your life, honey. And they be stuck in a gown it's a dance song. They gives them a chance to go change. And, honey, these girls be pulling out some little cute little stuff. But she ended up winning. Chez won and got the $10,000. Then we had to deal with what now? Wait a minute now. Because I was like, it's going to be messed up, period, for Alexis. Because one, she already knows Chez ain't feeling her. And then two, if Vanjie got the one that says sending her own drag mother home, ooh, like, bitch, you done came in here and danced the house down and sent me home. But anyway, that was that. They didn't even have to worry about it because Chez pulled out her lipstick, and I'm waiting until next week. I think they're going to have her tell her story because she didn't go into the story of why she chose how she chose. Baby, she sent Miss India packing. She eliminated her, honey. And I'm willing to bet money. The reason why she did it, because I believe that she believes India. I think she believes India, and she believes that India's not lying, and that those whores did get together to try to get her out of there. But India, bitch, you held it, and you didn't say anything until you thought you could use it, which is a piece of the game, which is just as ugly as them plotting, because what you were doing was plotting as well, and that's why she sent your ass home. Now, if I was doing it, that would have been my reason, because I would have sent India home too. Bitch, don't come telling me no shit afterwards. You've been walking around here for 3 weeks. knowing that that was going on. Bitch, I'd have sent her ass right to the airport, honey. I sure would have. But we're going to wait and see what Miss Chez has to say. They'll bring it up. I believe that'll be the first part of next week's show. And I can't wait. I can't wait. But I'd have sent Sister Girl with the beautiful makeup and all right to the airport. And I would have told Ru, girl, she's shady, honey. Change her ticket and send her on Spirit Airlines, honey. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye, y'all.